Hey! Turn around and sail back to wherever you came from. This dock is reserved for the Imperial Envoy. And he's late. Huh, probably died at sea. Good riddance. Wait, you're the... Fuck.
Nice.
Forgive me, Envoy. I meant nothing by it. A slip of the tongue. Can we start over? Name's Cynric, captain of the local militia. We're a scrappy bunch, but we know our way around Paradise. Unlike most Adirans who couldn't find their ass with both their hands. Oh, present company excluded. They told me you were godlike, but I didn't know what to expect. Your face, it's so...
You're doing great.
Forgive me, again. We're having a bit of an emergency. No doubt you've come for the Adiran ambassador, but he's gone, along with our claviger. No, there's some kind of blight in the wilderness and rumors of plague. They went to investigate. Nature has a mind of its own in these parts. When the ecosystem changes, we ask ourselves how and why.
Leaderless and rudderless is the natural state of things in Paradise that keeps things interesting.
Sorry, Envoy, but nope.
Nonsense. There's a small army of pickpockets, smugglers, and scoundrels between...
Just ignore him. Well, he's the closest thing we have to a local authority. Part keeper of the key.
Paradise's mayor, more or less. Most people out here aren't fond of established hierarchies and titles, so we made up some new ones. Where did you say they went? Because I've got an idea.
They traveled northwest to the Strangle Route, past the old Pargroon Wall.
You need to find the ambassador, and I need to find the claviger. How's about we partner up? The Rowatine Navy didn't teach me fancy words.
Kai, before you go, please keep in mind that the Envoy is... Make sure he comes back alive, or the Steel Garrote will have...
Better yours than mine.
The Steel Garrote are here as guests, helping Adirans like yourself keep the peace.
That's certainly what they'd like you to believe. Sounds like their reputation back home in Adir isn't any better than it is here.
They're an order of religious cutthroats, sharpening their blades for the glory. Creepy bunch, too. Who needs enemies when you have... You tell me, Envoy. The Adirans came to our shores with their soldiers, their bureaucrats, and their cult. Asking a lot of nosy questions is a good way to end up with a knife in your back. Speaking of the Steel Garrote, fair warning, their leader, Inquisitor Ludwine, is eager to greet you. Or possibly interrogate you. Wait, you know the Inquisitor? Just the thought of seeing her in battle. I heard she's a monster. The personal handmaiden of the burned queen. They say she fell in battle in the dead... Yeah, good advice. Thank you, Envoy.
We'll have time to worry about Ludwine later. Right behind you. We've got to find your ambassador and my claviger before some... I'll bet you're glad to be on dry land after that voyage. Come on, let's get you some fresh air. Pargrunen left these beacons all over the island. They're good for finding your way around.
They say the ambassador is a good friend and a terrible enemy.
Why doesn't the claviger put a stop to it?
You think, dimwit?
I can't help it. After what happened with...
Oh, you must be the Imperial
Darling, you don't think that...
I don't know. I'm sure you're very busy, Envoy, but is it that easy to tell? Gods, I must be losing my touch.
We're waiting for our son, you see. He's been living in Addie.
I just hope he doesn't meet any trouble.
I'll take it from here, darling. After we lost our little girl, she was working. Last we heard, she was traveling to Gilded Vale to check in on Alvra, our...
But she never made it. You're right.
Apologies, Envoy, but we need to keep an eye out for our son. Be safe out there.
Thank you again, Envoy.
The local militias lacks at the best of times, which these are not. Give me a target.
Please, how hard is it to answer a question?
I don't trifle with souls, man.
They're tearing my home apart. Never mind. I can't believe how rude everyone is around here. How hard could it be to find a watcher? How did you... Actually, maybe I should talk to you instead. I'm clearly under... A band of Zorips invaded my house. What am I gonna do? Why do they do anything? They've probably eaten all my food and just... First, my ship gets attacked by pirates. Then none of my plants will take. Now this happens? And they won't let me into Paradise to sort it out? Too long. I'm not sure how much of... I wonder if it's really the Adirans. I should never have come here.
Come here for a better life and find a worse one. Wish I hadn't heard that before.
Then take my house key. It's northwest of here. That cabin on the cliff all by itself. Gods know I can't go back. And there's nothing to steal either. Come back when you've dealt with them. I'm sorry, but... Thank you.
The living lands are a dangerous place.
Welcome to Dawnshore, traveler. If you're looking for a weapon or a
Heading out to the wilds? You don't want to...
Kai, I told you not to show your face around here again.
Come on. You're not still mad about that hunting knife, are you?
All right, no. You're clear.
I knew you'd come around.
I'll let you think that. I don't mind him. Yeah, some of the oldest in Paradise.
So you do care.
I lied to the Garrote for you.
Greetings, friend. You look like you could use... I don't know what Daggert told you, but I stay... Oh, that's no mystery. That's a personal matter, my friend. Suffice it to... From legitimate sources, clearly. From... Apologies, friend. People, I assure you, all of my wit. Well, I believe...
Move along, please. Are all paradisans like this?
Don't even bother heading to Paradise unless you've got a friend in the militia. Or maybe Heelguard could pull some strings.
First kill the leaves, those letters won't turn up. Gendardi. I'd heard a godlike had come to Paradise.
Oh, hey, Sansa. Comes on a little strong, that's all. He doesn't bite.
But to meet you, what an... Ho ho! So you are familiar with my... It was arduous work, but I couldn't have done it without help. Listen, you haven't been... I assume that's a no? Then have you seen a cartographer in the area? You... His name is Girmund. I sent him to map the eastern wilds. I knew it would be perilous, but it's been a long time since he's written, even for him. Cartography is not...
You know how many so-called...
It's an intrepid...
3. This month.
As I said, if you find him and bring me his map, I'll be glad to pay you for it. When he last wrote, he was mapping the eastern. If you find him, bring his work to me. You're welcome anytime.
Well, that's our marching orders then. You know, for most people, getting sent to the living... But, according to Cynric, you're the personal envoy of the Emperor. I should ask you for some good... Good to know. The talk of the plague inland has folks stirred up. Is that why the Emperor sent his person? Oh, that... I don't know how you investigate a so-called plague of the... Being a godlike, I don't suppose your patron deity gives you any unique insights into matters of the soul, do they? Sorry, but... I haven't met anyone who's really seen the dream. Refugees are flooding in, and people are making offerings to the... And unfortunately, the presence of so many adherent troops and the rumored exploits of the Steel-Garrote paladins, I think that's why the Clavenger accompanied your ambassador. Don't get me wrong, we have had a welcome reprieve from the usual muggings and murders since your country, but I don't know how. We're talking about an island that has been largely settled by nomads, exiles, and dissidents. People who tend to be suspicious of authority. But what about you? What's your stake in things? Just be careful. That's the kind of talk that I'll let you get some rest. It's good to be part of a squad again. They say people afflicted with it have strength. What starts as a light daze becomes severe disorientation, and then fungal. So dreams go. Well, you seem pretty lucid to me. Still, if you see any new mushrooms sprouting up anywhere, until then, look on the bright side. The Living Lands. It's the gateway to the Living Lands, a scenic port city that's as beautiful. Most visitors enjoy some mariner's porridge at the Ballarock, a back alley shakedown. Then, if they've got any sense, they turn around and with authentic tales of their adventures. And don't get me wrong, it's a great city. In part because it's great at winnowing out people who have no business being. The Living Lands means a hard-won second chance for the people who settle here. But first, you've got to survive it. The folks who say that either last the longest or for a lot of people, the Living Lands is a last resort. They come fleeing. For others, it's freedom. To seek glory, to redefine yourself, to live in a... Don't get me wrong, there are perfectly lovely people here, but most used to be. That's what some feel. Hilgard's new embassy and his alliance with the Steel Garrote smell like the authority and order that a lot of people came here to leave behind. But I don't mean to put that on you. I imagine you're tired of having to answer for every I'll be here if you need me. I haven't seen... seen this much excitement in a while. Perhaps I've got you to thank for bringing it with you, Envoy.
Unless you're here to trade, don't bother me.
That lighthouse has been under repair since Adiran ships began filling the harbor. If this can hold me, you'll be fine. Just don't look down. Looks like that broke off of something. Wonder where it goes. They weren't much of an artist, but I think that's upstream by the Pargrim Wall.
Mi madre, esto sigue escalando para arriba.
Well, nothing ventured, envoy.
Ok. Bueno. Vamos a dar un salvado rápido aquí por si acaso. ¡Jerónimo! Ok. Salió bien.
Keep up the good work, soldiers.
Save some skates for the rest of us.
Sorry, boys. Seems luck is on my side.
What is it? A tilde at the bathhouse, more like. I saw her give you those lucky dice.
Oh, I think you're just jealous, because she likes me more than you.
If she likes you very much, why is she still charging? Shut up and roll, you two.
Another recruit. Oh, you do. If you think you're so tough, why don't you?
If you're sure, I've got...
Oh, it'll in Map.
Your mate! Over here! See? Been wrong.
All right, I yield.
Well done.
Oiga, pero más fácil no podía ser.
They're luckier than they know.
It's clear I under... Now for your prize. Our surplus includes... Matt... It is done.
¿Verdad? Ah. No, lo mismo. Ah, mierda. Un Toño me hará caer de ahí. Ya vi. Vamos a probar esto. Ahí la exploración la recompensan bien, ¿eh? Se podía venir desde aquí. Quédate ahí.
Venture past the palisades at your own risk. There's no guarantee of safety out in the wilds. We've already had to move back the palisades line a few times.
Beautiful view from these cliffs. Real long way down, too. Right behind you. Zarabs. They may be small, but they'll overwhelm you if you're not careful.
Give me a second.
Seek.
Hold on.
That's one for us.
This is the Henq's place, or was. It's the Zarup's now. What's that Zarup doing out here all by himself? A friendly Zarup. Of course you don't see them fighting the... I don't speak I agree. What made him come this way, though? Unseen, unheard.
Next one's mine. Come and get me! Then raw. Coming from your right.
Quiet as the depths. Anything juicy? Maybe it has something to do with that wall painting in the other. I'm no art critic, but looks like an elf. Why don't we ask Henqua about it?
Nice to
Oh, please tell me. You read my journal? I should have figured I wouldn't be able to. Have you ever felt aimless? Like you ought to have. Like you'd do anything to find out what. I said the same thing at first. An animancer told me that I might have half a soul. I finally had an answer. I thought if I could meet this person and see what they... And then I came here. Maybe, but it's not like mine. How could we... I'm so... I can't go back and I can't go forward. I'm just... Are you serious? The mystic on my ship said this... Well, when you put it like that, I'll go. Oh, I forgot. You still deserve... I didn't think... Well... I'll make my way back to the cabin soon.
I've come in search of lost treasures.
Dudley.
So, how long do you think it'll be before the locals realize how much good we're doing for them?
Realize? They're never gonna realize anything of the sort. We'll always be the invaders to them.
No, I don't think so. The locals are bound to like us eventually.
Watch out once you get past the palisades. The Strangler route is apparently... Wait a moment. Oh, Dorothy. They said the Emperor sent one of his best and bright...
Your reputation.
I hope your voyage here was smooth as good butter. Did you deserve it? Kidding. Sorry to hear. Can't imagine what might have possessed them to do that. I haven't seen anything like that before. It seems to change. Sorry for the glib tongue. I've tried to be more proper, but the law and I aren't exactly the best of friends, no. Although, if you're born to the wrong social class, it makes climb... Land? I got caught for my many small... Then, a year ago, an Adiran official came to the jails and told them... You can guess. Seems reasonable to me, too. All in all, it's a pretty sweet deal. Wouldn't mind being bored stupid for a few years. About Adir. Same hunger. Kind of you to ask, Envoy. But truth it, but break its trust, and well, Adir will make... Actually... Just take a look down the road, and the ones before that. He and the Clavager passed through not long ago. I didn't much like it, but...
Clearly his tits. Someone was actually brazen enough to sneak into the camp for this. This.
People are angry. They can't see how much good we've done for everyone since we got here. They'll come around, though.
Yeah. I just hope Inquisitor Ludwig and the Steel Garrote don't see this and take matters into their own hands.
agreed. Nobody deserves to die like this. And that's exactly what happened to those bloody fools.
It's a dangerous frontier out there.